Ooh, how do you deal with fear? Who has fearful concerns about standing up in public? Oh, yeah, I see 3, 4 hands. Okay, who's afraid of death? I see more hands. Okay, let's ask the question again. Who's afraid of public speaking? Only 4 hands. Wow, that's very interesting. Okay, because the reason I asked that, I wanted to see if the research still stood up, is that out of the top 5 fears, the third or most wide, the greatest fears people have across the globe, in third place comes death, second place comes suffering before death, and in first place, public speaking. So most of you guys are, and ladies, are actually a step ahead of the game. But what do you do? Now, fear is important, by the way. So how do we deal with fear? Fear is important to have. Fear is an energetic experience which we have in our bodies and our minds. Any great person you've seen get up, be it movies, be it on TV, be it comedians, they will all acclaim to having this bout of fear that happens either just before or weeks before or months before, or just on the idea of getting up and performing or delivering or presenting. Then they still have it, no matter how many years they go through. It's not about cutting out the fear, it's about learning to work with it. And learning to work with it requires practice, and memorizing will help you chip away, all the steps we've said so far will help you overcome that fear. But even this morning when I came in, have that little bout of fear, that shot of adrenaline, and one works with it as opposed to lets it sort of hinder them or hold you back. Generally, people are afraid because they're going to be negatively judged. Another reason why we generate a positive environment for developing growth in presentation. Using all the above techniques, I mentioned that. Success when delivering. When you get that fear, some people have to go to one side and go to the bathroom, others deal with it in a different way. If you get to some point where you forget what you want to say, or you have that bout of fear, use a pause. Pause effectively. Remember the point you were there for because you've memorized it, and then come back in on track and continue going. And throughout the presentation, you should be able to develop that into an art whereby you're just using pauses to overcome your fear or forgetting your stuff. Take a deep breath and overall memorize, 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 and you won't run into those issues. Or when you do, you'll be able to easily come out of them.